streaming right now.
No, it's
people
not.
In the
It
Hangout.
is.
Yes.
It
Right
is.
now they know.
You are live.
Stop it.
To I need to tweet
Oh! A lot of licking
hanging out and talking to. I'm going to tweet this. I know that you're very active on
What is your
social
nationality?
media. Are you not?
What is your nationality?
I am chop suey, but you know it's easier for me to just say I'm Filipino.
Oh,
Do
you know, I'll
any
tell you what's so
Filipinos?
great about the Filipinos.
Oh, tell me.
They're so caring, and a lot of nurses are from the Philippines.
Yes, that's
and they
true.
Take care. I go to a nursing home on Fairfax to see a dear friend of mine, and the nurses are all from the Philippines.
Oh.
And your lips are so moist that
You just want to kiss
I don't know
it?
how you can go on.
You're
Richard,
so cute.
I think you just want to
I
kiss it,
have
right?
been such a huge fan of yours, Richard
Oh,
Simmons.
thank you.
Honestly, I'm so excited to meet you today. I just love your spirit, and I love the message that you spread to everyone. And I'm so excited to introduce you to everybody in the Hangout here. Honestly, we're hanging out live now with a bunch of people from all over the world. So let me introduce you to Richard Simmons, you guys.
Yay!
Richard, of course you know Richard. He's a fitness.
I'm a
health and fitness,
gynecologist here in Beverly Hills.
a
No, my
motivational
dream job.
speaker, just one of the most inspirational people that you could possibly meet. And,
This is one of our new hair dryers.
that's this is what we call our blue ball. It is.
So
it says blue.
is that with the camera? Is that what you look into?
No, this is the microphone.
Where the
Here's
camera?
our cameras right
Oh,
here.
oh, now I see you.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I see you.
And then let me introduce you to these guys here in the Hangout. We've got Trev, who is hanging out with us from England.
Hello, Trev.
How you doing?
Trev, or are you related to the Queen?
We all are, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Richard, this is Michael. He's hanging out with us from Australia.
No, I was just in Perth, and I know even
You're a long way
of
from me, mate.
Would you
He's
say?
in Brisbane.
You were a long way from me.
But you know what? Watch my heart.
Oh.
No, actually, I don't know if you saw this, but I did the safety video for Air New Zealand.
Oh, you did?
And on Saturday, they had a contest to fly a couple in from England because they're really pushing their England-LA flights in Air New Zealand. And they're coming in tomorrow to my exercise studio in Beverly Hills called Simmons. And I'm really excited to meet them. I really loved being in New Zealand. It's a very special place.
Well,
And in New Zealand, I'm just gonna.
off the side of Australia. But anyway, let me. This is Monica. She's in Denver.
Monica's not smiling. What happened,
Jim
Monica?
is-
Did you not eat breakfast?
No, Monica.
I've actually been up all night.
Yeah,
I've been,
doesn't get any sleep.
I got up at 2 o'clock this morning because I get about 10,000 tweets and
you answer every single one of them,
Facebooks.
don't you? Yes.
And
you need to get on Google Plus.
but I get a lot of
answered
letters.
10,000 questions here too.
I
Yes.
get a lot of letters from overweight and obese people who think it's too late for them to lose weight and be healthy. And many of them are diabetics, high cholesterol, heart problems, lung problems. And I do believe that with hope you can cope. And that's what I try.
Sometimes you just need somebody to hear them and acknowledge, right, Richard?
Well, you know,
That's
when you've
what you
been through a
do.
divorce or
Mhm.
you've been through the loss of a parent or a child or a job or someone said something to you 10 years ago, then you can't forgive them, you know, then it's hard to lose weight and take care of yourselves.
I know that you guys have questions for Richard, so I'm just going to quickly go down the line here. Kim is in Kansas City.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
Hi,
Jimmy
Justin.
is here in Korea.
Jimmy.
Deanna is
Jimmy.
in Reno.
Oh,
Yo.
Jimmy Mac. When are you? Who's this?
Deanna.
Deano.
So-
Where are you from, Deano?
He's in Reno right
From
now.
Detroit, here in Reno.
New York City.
Oh, look at Clarissa.
Yes. So there you go. That was introduced to everybody.
Thank
and,
you.
all of you watching online and on YouTube, hello YouTube and hello world. Yes, this is the Richard.
We are
Simmons.
the world. We are the children.
Make sure you plus and comment and share the link, please.
Did you see the movie Planet of the Apes?
Which version?
Oh, oh, so cool.
Richard, you are just a phenomenal
He's on the
person.
floor.
Really. How do you get up and have this energy every day? Or are there days where you just don't?
Well, you can have the glass half empty or half full. So I get up very early in the morning. I say my prayers, and I say my prayers for people I know and for strangers too. I wrote a song called "A Day Does Not Go By When I Don't Look in the Sky and Close My Eyes and Pray." So I pray for strangers, children, seniors, my friends. I think prayer is very important. It's a personal thing, and a lot of people don't like to discuss that. And I just wrote a new song that's on iTunes and Amazon
Really? I didn't.
called "Peace of My Heart." You'll be leaving soon to fight for our land. I am sad. I am nervous. You have my heart in your hand. And it's for our troops.
Yes.
I have a lot of people that write me whose husbands or wives in Afghanistan or all over the world. And part of the money that I'm making will go to our veterans because, in my opinion, we do not
We don't
take care of them
enough. Yeah.
So it's called "Peace of My Heart," and you can get it on Amazon or iTunes or other places. And thank you.
If you guys have a question,
Yes, do you have a question?
Kempton, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Richard, I just want to say I love you from the bottom of my heart just by spending the few minutes with you. Like the way you talk to each one of us, like and you spend a few minutes, you really are a caring person. So my question to you is actually related to your so many appearances on David Letterman show. For the longest time, I thought you guys, David Letterman.
David.
You guys just hated each other and whatnot. But
No,
no,
I
I think
never-
he loves you and you
I
love
never
him
hated
too.
David. I
And
never
this
hated
is
David.
such. Tell
Never.
us more about that relationship.
Well, you really don't get to know David because when you get to the studio, they take you to your dressing room, and with me, they lock me in.
Yes, I
I'm not
believe
kidding.
you.
And they do not take you down until it's your time to get on the air. So actually, I have never actually had to talk with him.
You've only had interaction with David
On
on
TV?
the set.
He does not meet people before or after the show. And when you take a break, they remove you, and you have to wait on
I
the
had
side by
no
Paul
idea.
Schaefer.
Oh, really?
I'm going to start doing that here in the Hangout.
And his executive producer is Maria Pope. And when I began doing the show, she was a producer. And Mary Connolly, who executive produces Ellen, worked on the David Letterman show.
Oh, so now you
it's
know
a, you know,
all
it's
the
a,
other. It's
yeah.
a
And I'll go back. I just did.
family, really.
I just did Chelsea lately on Wednesday night, and I'll go back and do David.
So on that note, like, what are your feelings on people who may prank you like that, or at your expense make some funny moments?
Look, there.
Does that bother you?
No.
No.
I've been made fun of my whole life.
But you know what, Richard?
At 268 pounds.
But you know what, though? I saw you do, I can't remember now, it's been many years ago. I saw you do an interview with someone about your life. And it was the most emotional. I was in tears. It was the most emotional, touching thing I had seen because you talked about how much fun you were made out of it, how people sometimes look at you and how they don't really see your heart. And all they see is what they want to see. And
they see the surface.
It was an amazing interview. I was so touched by that.
Well, when you're, bullying just didn't start. Right. There's been bullies since the beginning of time, and I used to have a guy in elementary school who would take a bat and hit me in the head until I bled.
Oh no!
This is now you grew up in New Orleans, right?
And
in Louisiana.
Years later, I was in New Orleans, and he came up to me, and he said, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "My wife is very overweight. Would you help her?" And so I sent her my sweat to the oldies and my food mover at that time. Forgiveness is hard, but you can't go through life unless you forgive.
Yeah.
You just can't. And, it's hard. It's hard to forgive. But, we're only here once.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to love people unconditionally, or you can have a very sad life.
No.
Well, you are just.
Wait a minute, there's mucus here. I'm going to put it on eBay.
Live on Google Plus Hangout, the mucus.
Well, okay, I want to get to another question. Monica, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really inspired by you. I have always loved seeing, when I've caught glimpses of you on TV, you have this energy, and you really inspire people just to be themselves. And especially there's such this pervasive attitude in our culture. I see it all the time, especially my friends that are overweight. They're afraid to go out and exercise because, like, when they go out, they get their clothes on, they start exercising, people hurl insults at them.
Well,
And it's like they're doing things to improve their lives, and they're literally getting insulted at it, and you inspire them to keep going and fighting.
well, that's why I opened my studio, Simmons, which is in Beverly Hills, 38 years ago, and I will have people in my class tomorrow, Saturday. I'll have a 400-pound woman standing next to a 110-pound model. I call it population exercise. So I'll have, I don't know, 120 people in my class tomorrow morning. And I have a 91-year-old lady named Jerry Sinclair over here. I have an actress over here. I have an attorney over here. And all I ask people to do is do the best that they can. But I read color auras. Everyone projects a color. And it tells you a little bit about their past. And I'm going to read your color aura right now, ma'am. You are a kind, loving, but very private woman. You have a fence around your heart, and you do not let a lot of people in it. You don't eat as well as you should, or get enough sleep.
Well, I'm physically ill, yeah, right. I have systemic lupus, and I
have a lady in my class in lupus last night, and she's like a popsicle. And the first thing I do is I walk up and I hold her hands, and I blow warm heat on her hands, and then I take her hands and I put them on my face. And she says to me, "Thank you." And she didn't know that she could have the energy to be in one of my new DVDs called Project Hope. And she's right there in the front with me. So if you ate a little better and you got a little bit more sleep, and also you're a big reader, you love to read, and you need to rest your eyes more.
Jesus.
I do the best. Right.
That's quite spooky.
You're absolutely right, actually.
I thought by reading color auras it was a gift. But sometimes it's a curse. Because I see color auras of illness and people who don't like themselves. And I spend a lot of my day crying, to be very honest with you.
Isn't that exhausting? I mean,
Well, it's like an
exhausting.
onion. It's like an onion where you keep taking off layers. I mean, I'm 64 years old, and I even know how long I'm going to be on this earth.
But why do you still
Isn't
cry? Why? Yeah, sorry.
Isn't it so hard to take in so much of other people's pain, though?
That's why I cry.
Yeah, you have to release it.
There's some people, especially men and many women, who do not show their emotions. They are afraid that people will make fun of their emotions, especially you guys. But I'm not afraid of that. I think when you cry, you relieve of some stress. And people hold my hands and say, "I'm sorry you're crying. What can I do?" And I simply say, all you can do is love yourself more.
That's true.
Jimmy, go ahead.
First of all, is my mic okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just put on my headset. My wife actually met you some years ago, and you gave her one of your deal a meal things, and she's not here right now. She actually went to go pick up my niece, but she wanted me to tell you that if she wasn't here, that she absolutely loves you to death and has loved you since way back when, and that you're just an amazing inspiration to her and her sister, and
Thank you.
they're both now trying to lose weight and trying to do stuff. Even though she's an awesome cook and she makes great food, she's doing things now to help herself, and her sister is actually going through some programs to lose some weight and get smaller too. So
Yeah, here's what I live by, because I'm a compulsive eater from New Orleans. I was 200 pounds in the 8th grade, so you can imagine how much fried food I ate. So here's what you have to know. You cannot skip breakfast. It is your most important meal. If you're drinking colas or diet colas, you can only have one a day. Dessert is only Saturday night. 4 portions of fruit and 4 portions of vegetables a day. You got to watch the fried foods. And you just have to plan your meals. I mean, I know what I had for breakfast. I also know what I'm going to have for lunch and for dinner. I eat 1,600 calories a day and 40 grams of fat. And I'm 134 pounds this morning.
wow,
Fantastic. I saw
God bless
out
you.
there. I mean, it's fabulous. Larissa, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. Richard, it's such an honor, really. I mean, I think I've tried every single product you've ever come up with. And thank you so much. I mean, you inspire the world, and everything about you is like it. I mean, you're all about wellness, and it's tremendously inspirational. And you're an exceptional human being. And now, like, just seeing you here now, just really affirms and really moves me even further.
You know, I always say that accolades make you fade, and I always had a problem with compliments, but thank you. And you do have Whoopi Goldberg's voice. Actually, Whoopi Goldberg is down your throat right now.
Probably drank too much last night.
You know what? Do you drink a lot?
Well, no, not just socially, not.
Okay, but why?
But I smoke.
But why do you? Why?
Smoking is not good.
I'm going to read your color aura right now.
Uh-oh.
No,
It's good. It's good.
you have been hurt in the past, and you have not forgotten this hurt. Listen to me very carefully. The person that hurt you never said, "I'm sorry." So right now, I want to be that person and say to you,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I am sorry I hurt you and your heart. I'm sorry I could not be the person you wanted me to be, because I'm very confused about who I am. I'm sorry that I made you cry and caused you sleepless nights. Listen to me carefully. Once you forgive that person, and that wasn't the only person that hurt you, but once you forgive that person, you'll stop your smoking. And you'll have 1 glass of wine or 1 drink a week. And you will turn your life around. Listen to me carefully. You were robbing yourself of years that God's given you. And sometimes there are times when you don't want to live. But you were a special and wonderful, one-of-a-kind lady. God could have made you a butterfly that lasted a month, or a rose that lasted just 7 days. But he made you the highest form of life, a human being, a loving and beautiful and kind and sensitive woman. And I hope our talk today can make you look in the mirror and see the beautiful person that you are.
Richard, you're incredible. Clarissa, thank you. Listen, you guys, you know I wish that Richard could stay here with us all day, honestly, but I can't.
But I have to return to this top to the zoo.
It's very dazzled top.
Can we sneak in one more question? Are you born with this type of high energy, or are you is it something you learn? Stormy Henderson, my co-host, asked.
Yeah, you can't learn energy. It's a gift from God, and we all have it. But if we're depressed or down and upset, you blow out the flame of your energy. And for all of you who've asked me questions, and for all of you who are watching us, You just need to know how special you are. You're more special than the brightest star.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks a lot, Richard. Yeah.
Will you take a quick photo with us before we go?
Oh,
You guys,
thank
will you take a
you
quick
so
photo?
much.
Okay, there's the camera right up there. Cheese.
Thank you.
Is cheese okay to eat?
God bless. Cheese is okay, but not too much, Phyllis.
Oh, rocks.